Mr. Parker, my name is Don Smith. I'm a shareholder. I'm a American Airlines retiree, 41 years service, Kennedy Airport. I'm also chairman of the American Airlines JFK Alumni Association, and we fully support everything Gail has mentioned. But in your Williamsburg presentation and discussion you had with the Three Diamond folks, you mentioned that you want to have the best program in the industry.
Right.
And apparent to me, and I guess to everyone else here representing this particular issue, that when the first letter came out, it was identified that American was the only one in the industry, domestically, that had the same pool between actives and retirees. And we stepped back away from that. So we had the best plan, the best program, and yet a conscious decision was made to reduce it to a new level, I guess a new normal level of best program. And unfortunately, what's also happened, and I've been in discussions with a number of folks and some from U.S. Air, and the U.S. Air retirees are pretty upset about this as well, not just the active U.S. Air retirees. And because they see exactly what we see in terms of the D2R situation. Now, the other thing that I also understand is that we now are going to have two groups of retirees. You're going to have first-class retirees and second-class retirees. Namely that I understand that the flight attendant agreement from the U.S. Air side of the house has got built into the contract that if you retire and you have more than 25 years with the company, that you will go as a D2, same as an active employee, not as a D2R. Now, if that is in fact correct, then we're developing other classes. And so we would like to propose to the board of directors and yourself that to defer the implementation of the D2R until sometime after into 2015 and charge the retiree groups to be able to come together, U.S. Air and American, sit down around the table and design the best program, which is in keeping with the goal that you have set. And so we would submit that as a proposal to be addressed by the board of directors, yourself, and I'm sure the retirees themselves would come up with a beneficial plan on all counts. And we think, as Gail mentioned, it should be revenue-driven. A contribution to the bottom line through the nominal service charges should be a way to go. An American, you had to earn your ability to travel to get passes, surcharge passes. Now, there were some other benefits to that. If you had perfect attendance, you might be awarded a free pass. After 25 years, you got free travel in coach, and your surcharge for business and first class, deduction for coach was taken out of those two. So it was a benefit for the over 25s to go business at a reduced rate surcharge, and same with first class. So we think that you had the best plan, and we keep hearing that commuter effect in there. And American, which was larger than U.S. Air, we've had commuters in our midst since day one. And that was never an issue, to my knowledge, about commuters on the AA system. They all were able to manage getting to their point of business. And the fact that they are commuting, that's a personal choice as we see it. Flight crew members can take the jump seat. And on many occasions, we've seen flight crew members, in an attempt to get an employee's family on board, would step up to the plate and take the jump seat so people could be accommodated. The fact that a regular employee, active employee, and a retiree have flexibility in their schedule, it's not true. An active employee, anybody, whether it's a paid passenger or anybody, is looking to get from point A to point B for a reason. Now, that reason might be family, it might be school, it might be to catch a cruise ship. So, we've got deadlines ourselves as retirees, not any different than anybody else traveling from point A to point B. So we think that another look at this could be done. We think that it should be revenue generated to the bottom line. And I'll give you an example of what we mean by that. Back in the day at American, and some of my flight attendant folks here will probably remember this, American Airlines specifically removed olives in a small container that the Sky Chef people put on the aircraft, removed olives from the aircraft because of the fuel burn cost of that little container of olives, okay? And what happened was the passengers who like their martini with an olive, got so upset that the flight attendants started carrying jars of olives in their kit bags. Okay? So instead of whatever that little 4-ounce thing was causing in fuel burn, you now have 6 flight attendants carrying jars of olives 10 times the weight for fuel burn. Okay?
Right.
So we think that a revenue-generated system makes a contribution, if nothing else, to fuel burn as opposed to free. And unfortunately, we think that the free for all is turning into a free for all. And we think that the retiree groups could come together under the auspices of a proposal to come up with the best plan. And I think we could do that, and we could demonstrate that we do have the best plan. Because right now, you got north of 40,000 retirees signing petitions and everything else, so nobody out there really agrees that the direction we're going with the implementation of P2R is the benefit that everybody's looking for to have the best plan.
Right.
So we would submit that to defer to 2015, get a group of retiree groups together, and I know they're out there because you met with some just a few weeks, or there was a meeting a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
But the outcome of that meeting, from what I understand, was, once again, elections have consequences, mergers have consequences, and this is the way it's going to be. Well, we don't think that's a fair way to go.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.